ज्ञानतिवृन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकचक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे विश्वेशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशानि वंशाकल्पतरुविष्कृपासिन्धुभ्यो पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So we were reading from second chapter, verse number 54. No, 55, 56. We have seen the first answer by Krishna, right? General symptoms we have read, right? And symptoms of a Hare Krishna. Are you able to see, Prabhu's?
Screen is loading for me. Yeah, now.
Okay. Dukeshwar Dignamana, Sukhesho Vigataspruha, Vetaragavaya Krodha, Stitadir Muniruchati. So now the second question is how does he behave? How does he basically interact, or how does he respond to the Sukha Dukkha on a bodily platform, then on a mental platform? His mental platform is Sukha Dukkha. Sitoshna Sukha Dukkha Tadamanam. How does he respond to that? That is the question. Now this question is answered in two slokas. So Sukheshu Dukkheshu Anadvignamana, Sukheshu Vigataspruha. Sukheshu Anadvignamana means he will not get disturbed, not get agitated. Sukheshu Vigataspruha means he will not get elated. He will be equipoised. That's what I mean to say. He will be equipoised in Sukha and Dukkha. That's what I mean. Vitaraga Bhaya Krodha. So here also three things are there: Raga, Bhaya, and Krodha. Raga is attachment. Actually, in the past, whatever we receive, we develop attachment for them. And Bhaya, what is going to come in the future? We have fear about that, Bhaya. And Krodha, if something goes against in the present, against to my will, then we get Krodha. So we'll give up all the three: neither attachment, nor Bhaya, nor Krodha also. Sthitadir Muni Richate. This is how Sthitadir Muni, a self-realized soul, will behave actually. So behave with in respect to Sukha, Dukkha, Man, Apman, and Sita Ushna. So this is the translation. One who is not disturbed in the mind, even in the midst of the threefold miseries, or elated when there is happiness, and who is free from attachment, fear, and anger, is called a sage of a steady mind. So steady mind is required. Steady mind is not easy. It's not possible for anyone who is not practicing Krishna mind. Steady mind is very difficult. For those who are practicing only, it is very difficult to have steady mind. What is because those who are not practicing, their mind will be completely uncontrolled. So actually, so many people think like this, that by having so many commodities in my life, so my mind will be peaceful. But that is only myth. What is a myth? Just by having things, you will not become peaceful. On the other way around, when your mind is not controlled, even though you have any number of things, still it gets completely agitated, because anything you have, it has something higher. Now you always look for higher. You tell me who is not looking for higher? Somebody in the world, at any stage he may be. It's a lower class, or middle class, or upper class, or above upper class also. All the classes of people have a lot of money. Different people have different amounts of money. Who is not agitated? Who is not looking for something higher? Because at every stage, they're saying, somebody who can hit a rope, తాటిని తన్నేవాడు ఉంటే వాడు తల తన్నేవాడు ఇంకోటి ఉంటాడు. అవునా? అలాగే భౌతిక జగత్తులో కూడా, in the metal world, there are things which people hanker for, always there, they exist. So there is no possibility of steady mind just by having commodities. It's not possible. So what is the Krishna translation? See, they whose mind is not disturbed by the appearance of suffering, who has given up all desire during the opportunities for happiness, who is devoid of attachment, fear, and anger. So this translation is a little more elaborative. You see, who is not disturbed by the appearance of suffering, who has given up all the desire during the opportunities for happiness. The happiness is coming, but he has given up the desire. Now he is steady mind. His mind will be steady. So he will divide up these things. Same thing is given in there. Baldev Devotion also. Can someone read this purport? Chandra, read.
Yes, Prabhu. The word Muni means one who can agitate his mind in various ways for mental speculation without coming to a factual conclusion. It is said that every Muni has a different angle of vision, and unless a Muni differs from other Munis, he cannot be called a Muni in the strict sense of the term. Nasha Vrishir Asya Matam Na Bhinnam Mahabharata. But his Titadhir Muni, as mentioned herein by the Lord, is different from an ordinary Muni. Thus, Titadhir Muni is always in Krishna consciousness, for he has exhausted all his business of creative speculation. He is called Prashanta Vishesha Manorathantara, or one who has suppressed the stage of mental speculations and has come to the conclusion that Lord Sri Krishna or Vasudeva is everything. Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. He is called a Muni fixed in mind. Such a fully Krishna conscious person is not at all disturbed by the onslaughts of the threefold miseries, for he accepts all miseries as the mercy of the Lord, thinking himself only worthy of more trouble due to his past misdeeds. And he sees that his miseries, by the grace of the Lord, are minimized to the lowest. Similarly, when he is happy, he gives credit to the Lord, thinking himself unworthy of the happiness. He realizes that it is only due to the Lord's grace that he is in such a comfortable condition and able to render better service to the Lord. And for the service of the Lord, he is always daring and active and is not influenced by attachment or aversion. Attachment means accepting things for one's own sense gratification, and attachment is the absence of such sensual attachment. But one fixed in Krishna consciousness has neither attachment nor detachment because his life is dedicated in the service of the Lord. Consequently, he is not at all angry even when his attempts are unsuccessful. Success or no success, a Krishna conscious person is always steady in his determination.
Amazing, huh? So first thing is Mataryat what is it? Nasa Rishiriyasya Matyarabhina Bhinnam. So Muni means this is a Muni. Muni means a speculator kind of thing, person. Actually, but here Sthita Dhir Muni, because his mind is not controlled, he keeps on speculating. But here Sthita Dhir Muni is different. How? He's a completely satisfied in Krishna consciousness. He is not carried away by success or failure. He is steadily rendering his devotion service. So basically, Prabhupada is telling he's a pure devotee kind of thing, pure devotee person. So he's always Krishna conscious. If the difficulties are coming, then you'll see them as, oh, actually more difficulties are supposed to come. I only got a token of them. Krishna is so merciful. So much happiness is there. No, I don't deserve actually this happiness. This is the mercy of Krishna. That's what he thinks. He develops no attachment, nor is averse to anything, or he becomes fearful of anything because Krishna is there. What is there to fear? And he doesn't become even angry when his attempts are failed. These three things he's saying. So this is what is the Muni. How he behaves with the interactions of Sukha and Dukkha. Is how he interacts with. So if we have to learn step by step how we need to respond to Sukha and Dukkha in our life. Man of steady mind will respond like this. Okay. Purport. Sandro, read.
This verse and the next verse, the Lord answers the question, how does he speak? His mind is not disturbed by adhyatmika, suffering in the form of hunger, thirst, fever, or headache, by the adibhautika, suffering coming from snakes or tigers, or by the adhyatmika, suffering arising from extremes in winds or rain. When someone asks about his welfare, he says simply that this suffering is prarabdha karma, which he must unavoidably endure. He is not agitated with suffering. Otherwise, internally he will think in this way, if not asked. This absence of disgust at his situation is understood by the intelligent person to be the symptom of an undisturbed person. False indifference to suffering, the mark of imposture, however, is detached as such by the wise man. Such a pretender is called fallen or depraved.
See, very simple. He is not disturbed by all the three. Adhyatmika, Adi Devika, Adi Bhautika. These three suffering he doesn't get disturbed. Simply, he considered that as prarabdha karma, which cannot be we cannot get out of it. So we have to come. Prarabdha karma will come anyway, and he is not agitated by suffering. When suffering comes, so now this can be attempted, or this can be actually imitated by some false people. No, I'm not disturbed by this suffering. But a wise man will immediately detect how much he's got out of the suffering. That intelligent man can immediately what will happen? Intelligent man will immediately actually detect it. So false indifference to suffering is a mark of an imposter. Imposter means is an imitator actually. However, he is detected by such a wise man. Such pretender is called fallen or depraved. So somebody is artificially thinking that, artificially showing off to the people that I'm not suffering is immediately described. Okay. Yeah, read this too also.
In the face of opportunities for happiness, he is without desire and says to himself or others that it is simply by his prarabdha karma, which he must tolerate. And the intelligent person recognized by this is quality of being devoid of desire for happiness. These qualities are made clearer. He is devoid of attachment to enjoyment, vitaraga, and devoid of fear from such things as tigers that want to eat him. He is devoid of anger towards friends who have attacked him. As an example, Jadabharat in front of the goddesses Durga did not show fear or anger towards the Chandala leader who wanted to kill him.
Example I also given. So even happiness, what he'll do, it is only prarabdha karma, which he needs to tolerate. That's all, which he needs to tolerate. So this is what desire for happiness also he will tolerate. Oh, desire happiness, what he needs to tolerate? No, desire happiness. Yeah, desire need this happiness need to be tolerated by agreeing to actually undergo the happiness. That is also tolerated, because usually people become elated when happiness comes. So he doesn't become elated. That's why he is tolerating that. Understanding? So Jada Bharat was a fitting example. He's even not worried about these Chandala leaders who are wanting to kill him. In the final thing, right? The final thing that something can happen to a man. So he's not fearful, nor he is attached to living, nor is he becoming angry with them. No, nothing. Yeah, Nikhil is here. People left. Okay. Now I'll read this. The second question: what will Chitta Prajna say when put into disturbing system? And is answered in 2 verses. When afflicted by pain through his own body, mind, and other creatures, Mother Nature, Dukkeshu, mind is undisturbed, Anvegamanaha. Internally, or if he's asked about it, he says loud, "It is suffering in my prarabdha karma. Inevitably, I need to experience on it." It's almost same as Ishan also. And when he obtains delicious food or good welcome, internally, or if he asks for others, he says aloud, without desire for enjoyment, "These are also my prarabdha karma, which I am forced to accept." When attaining those things, he does not show a happy face. He is devoid of affection, desirable objects. He doesn't have attachment, affection for the desirable objects. When the objects are taken away from him, he doesn't become, "Hey, this is the people to steal away from me. Huh? I'm very weak." That he doesn't say. He's free from miserable disposition, vita bhaya. Raga here defined as absorption object. Fear is thinking of oneself to prevent the dear objects to be taken away. Anger is defined as having those dear objects taken away. So all the fear or fear or attachment or then anger, these three things are spoken in the terms of attachment to the objects, and it does not claim anger in the objects as well. How can you feeble fellow steal from me, who have great strength? Thus he is devoid of anger. He doesn't say this. "Are you people steal away this thing from me? Huh? I am a great strong man. From me, how can you take it?" He will not say this. Usually people say, somebody something is taken, "Hey, I'm not weak." That's what people say. So these kind of dialogues he will not say. Thus he devoid of anger. Such a Muni will not observe. It's called Sita Dirmuni. This person speaks of his experience himself internally and others verbally. Okay, this person speaks of his experience to himself internally and to others verbally without grief and without longing. This answer is the second question. How does he speak? So, he may speak to the others also verbally. And internally he speaks to himself also. These two are same. These two are same. Same thing he speaks to himself also. He speaks to others also without any attachment, without any fear, without any attachment. These things. I think we have lost our time. So one more verse to read will take time. Any questions?
How can we think happiness is like tolerated?
Happiness tolerated, huh? How to tolerate happiness? That's what you are saying, huh?
How we link the tolerate to the happiness?
See,
generally everyone was happy.
Let us say, I get a wonderful mobile. Let us say. Normally, when I touch the mobile, it's very happy, and it works very nicely. There's so many options are there. That this mind goes elated, right? So whereas a person who is a Siddharth Muni, he will do the needful. He will not get so much elated. Also, he will not get disturbed. Also, you understand? This is my prarabdha karma. I got this happiness of getting an object. I'm telling you in terms of getting an object. If anything else also, let us say his opinion is accepted. Oh, see, finally my opinion accepted. I'm great. I'm the one. Like that, he doesn't see. Okay, this is not accepted. Vaishnavas are very merciful. They're accepting my opinion. So he doesn't become elated by even happiness. That's what is meant by tolerating. Otherwise, mind will keep on agitating. But what he does, he doesn't get carried away by the mind. That's how he is Sthita Dirmuni. You getting the point?
Spiritual happiness, bro. What about spiritual happiness, bro?
Spiritual happiness is not a particular thing. No, you will become joyful. That happiness is always internal. Actually, this material happiness is shown to outside. The spiritual happiness you cannot hide. One becomes naturally joyful, happy in association in the Sangha of Krishna, in Sangha of Bhagavatam, in Sangha of Vaishnavas. The spiritual happiness is that doesn't hurt a person. So he becomes joyful naturally. It doesn't hurt anyone. Neither it hurts anyone, other people, nor it hurts this person also. He is joyful. He is ecstatic actually. Spiritual emotions are very nice. Common experiences. Even spiritual longing is also very nice. Oh, the devotee is somewhere else, when will I meet? When will I get an association? That kind of longing will also give joy only. There's no pain in Krishna consciousness. So see, I'm getting to meet Achyut Mohan Prabhu now. Today is coming. I'm joyful. So because we get association of wonderful devotee, it's always joy. So even in the separation also, oh, he's rendering such wonderful service for Krishna. He's taking such a responsible position for Krishna. That is also joyful. So even in the separation also, separation is also joyful, and meeting is also joyful. Like that, spiritual happiness cannot be hidden, and one doesn't need to tolerate that. One becomes ecstatic, no problem. Spiritual, whether it is spiritual happiness or not, how do we know? When it is taken away, let us say, how do you respond? Taken away means the object of spiritual happiness. Then you will feel separation. That is also happiness. Like all of you, I am not getting all of your sangha, but yeah, they are rendering their wonderful responsibilities. They're practicing very nicely. So they are taking up Krishna consciousness very nicely, very seriously. They are doing their responsibilities. That also gives happiness. If it is only material, then we'll only suffer when it is taken away. Is it not?
This spiritual happiness is also, if it is coming, we should think that it is due to our karma, it is coming.
No. Spiritual happiness is mercy. Mercy of Krishna. No karma. What karma? No, nothing. Spiritual happiness is, actually, that is our constitutional position, which Krishna is allowing us to be in constitutional position now. So that doesn't, that is not due to karma. Prarabdha karma, because of prarabdha karma, we don't get spiritual happiness. Spiritual happiness is something which is beyond the material realm. It doesn't hurt a person. Whereas, material happiness is like, somebody calls you and tells you, Prabhu, you have got 1 crore rupees check. You may get heart attack, 1 crore rupees gift, lottery or something. You'll get a heart attack and die. That is the next moment, somebody may become very, very happy. Next moment, no, not your number, your next number has come. Then he will become very, very sad. Isn't it? So happiness, and they will not able to control. Hey, they'll go and tell everyone that I'm happy. I got so much. Actually, his happiness is coming from others actually. Oh, you got so much lottery, big lottery. People saying that is what is the use? Get lost. What is it? Immediately become morose also. People are not appreciating, they'll become morose. But spiritual happiness, when it is experienced by person, he will not get disturbed by anything else externally at all. He cannot be disturbed. He can be happy, joyful, jolly. He's a jolly devotee. Understand?
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining us. We'll meet again tomorrow. Hare Krishna. We'll see the second slok of what is spoken about is behavior of Sthitathira Muni. So we need to practice this. It doesn't happen just like that. But we need to practice this, as well as internally also. We need to be situated steadily. So both the ways. Internally also experience, and externally also we try to control our emotion in this way. Slowly, we'll come back to. Of course, this is like this is what do you say? This is a result, this is prayojan of performing bhakti. So prayojan will take little time, but it's possible in this life itself. That is practiced very nicely. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Samad Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Gaur Prabhupada.